Editor Chat Summary, February 6th, by pbrocks. This post summarizes the latest weekly editor meeting held in the hashtag core-editor Slack channel on Wednesday, February 6, 2019, 1400 UTC. These meetings coordinate collaboration and the development evolution of the Gutenberg project. Gutenberg release. Gutenberg 5.0 was released today. See the release post for details. Adith outlined that part of the 5.0 release, and continuing in the next, Gutenberg plugin is deprecating many of the PHP functions provided by core. Example, Gutenberg render block deprecated in favor of render block. Any plugin relying on these functions should update to the new one provided by core. Porting widgets to blocks. A lot of progress has been made to port the remaining widgets to blocks. A project status update has been published. Call for collaboration. Reset API media. Part of Phase 2 involves new REST API endpoints and media flows improvements. Core editor meetings are welcome to join the REST API and media teams in their respective channels and meeting. Weekly tasks coordination. @Sherry is continuing to work on help request and issue triage. @Narad is proposing to consolidate our data module usage instead of effects. @NoSoloSW is working on the JavaScript code documentation generation. @NotNowNikki is working on improvements to the embed block. First click. @NotNowNikki would like to help out on docs and block library. @Jitbora to continue on the latest posts block improvements. @Audith to continue on the duplicated PHP code removal. Need some review there. @Audith following on about function deprecations. The process is still ongoing, and I'd appreciate whatever help I can get to push it to the final line. @Riot to continue on the block registration RFC in the generic block editor component. @Chris Van Padden to continue the docs review and explore with font sizes improvements. @GZiolo would like to thank everyone for being patient and willing to refresh their PRs despite the fact we missed them in WordPress 5.0 release rush. @George Philippe Acosta to work on the calendar and classic widgets blocks. @Joen tying up loose ends and overall tightening up of things like bringing movers to floats, making separator clickable, adding animation to a few elements, improve notices, and make them push down content instead of overlap. Note: anyone reading this summary outside of the meeting, please drop a comment in the post summary if you can/want to help with something. Open floor. Support requests in the Slack. A concern about ignored help requests and unmet expectations have been shared. The discussion outlined that the team is still in a transition period. Help requests can be answered Slack during the transition, but being explicit and redirecting people to the correct location for future questions is recommended. Follow-up issues/PRs for lacking documentation is encouraged. Feedback on the call for reviewers. As a result to the call for reviewers, the GitHub repository has no dedicated code owners for specific packages. Pull requests to add/remove people from this list are encouraged. It is still early to evaluate this experiment. Various. @Audith. Worth noting that almost anything on GitHub can be restored/continued after some initial closure, so no need to feel bad about closing. @Sherry. Let's not forget that some people cannot see previews of edits to previously published posts. @Riyadh. React hooks is a thing. We'll probably wait some time, native support, to include officially, but it's a good time to start exploring. The meeting archive is here. The agenda for the next meeting is here. Please add anything you want to discuss. Hashtag meeting-notes, hashtag core-editor, hashtag editor, hashtag Gutenberg.